Hi there, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking all about my favorite drugstore mascaras. These are my current top 5, maybe 6 current favorites from the drugstore. I really am a drugstore mascara girl. As many of you know, there's only a couple luxury mascaras that I really reach for or feel like are worth the price point. So I'm gonna also demo these on my eyelashes for you. So I hope that helps with the description and the effect of the mascara. One thing I do wanna say, I haven't been keeping up with my lash growth serum. I kinda forgot about it for a while. And so the lashes on my left eye are not doing so hot. We've got a lot of breakage and, you know, maybe only like 4 actual long lashes, but the right eye's doing pretty good. So I think I'm only gonna demo them on the right eye for this video. One thing I did wanna also mention, completely random, not related to this video, but since it is coming up, Majori is having the Black Friday sale. This video is not sponsored by Majori, but I wanted to let you know that the Black Friday sale is like the only sale they have out of the whole entire year. And it's where majority of my jewelry is from. I'm wearing Majori earrings today. I have like Majori all over. They have amazing stacking rings that are just really nice classic rings. And take advantage of the sale. I'll have my link. If you end up not shopping the sale, you do get 10% off if you use my link, but I'll link some of my favorite pieces as well, but thought I should throw that out there because so many of you do like the earrings and rings that I wear in my videos. So anyway, let's get into the mascaras. All right, so first is gonna be my favorite mascara of all time from the drugstore. It is the L'Oreal Telescopic Waterproof version. Now they did actually discontinue this for quite some years and I was very sad, but then they brought it back. To me, this is the ultimate clean lengthening mascara. The brush is not something that I would typically go for. It's ultra thin, slim. It's got quite stubby bristles, if I would say so myself. And I don't like how it has flat ends on the brush. Like I typically would not go for a brush like this, but the formula and the brush work really well together to just give you the most perfect sky-high length. And because of the bristles, there's pretty much no wispiness. So this gives you like a really nice, clean, lengthened effect on your lashes. And I feel like this is definitely one of the most lengthening mascaras that I have in my collection. And I've just been a big fan of it for so many years. I love it on the bottom lashes and on the top lashes. And I just think it's always like such a classic, really great everyday mascara. I want to talk about another lash extending mascara formula. So this one is from e.l.f. It's the lash extending mascara. Now this one has more of the brush that I'm typically attracted to. Good medium size with natural bristles on it. Now the thing that I really like about this mascara is that it has very fine fibers throughout it. Oftentimes with fiber building mascaras, the fibers themselves can be quite big and they can look really overwhelming, especially on naturally short or naturally thin eyelashes. And so it just looks really unnatural, quite unappealing to be pretty honest. And these fibers, they're very fine, so they're not overwhelming. They don't ever get too wispy or too full. And what I actually really like using this mascara for is if I'm not wearing it on its own, I love taking it just on the very tips of my lashes because you will get a little bit more length just on the ends of your lashes. Regardless, on its own, it's absolutely beautiful. And in my opinion, the closest similar effect to the Hourglass Instant Unlocked Extensions mascara. It's still got those like really nice little fine fibers like the Hourglass one has. Another longtime classic, the Hourglass I just said Hourglass, and now I'm saying Hourglass again. The CoverGirl Lash Blast Mascara. This is such a classic. It's beautiful. Again, not typically a brush that I would go for because it is plastic bristles, but on this one you will be able to see that the bristles themselves stick out quite far from the wand, so you do get a lot of separation in the lashes, which is what I really like. I do find this mascara to just be slightly volumizing, slightly lengthening, and just giving you a ton of clean definition, which is what I like. It's a very natural effect of a mascara. It's never overwhelming. So again, one of those mascaras that I think is perfect for every day, and probably the most ideal for someone who just wants clean definition, isn't really all about getting a ton of wispiness out of their lashes, but just wants a little bit more of an enhanced lash look. I don't think you can go wrong with CoverGirl Lash Blast. It's like a crowd favorite for a reason. It's always really great, and one of my standbys that I'm always using. This is NYX On the Rise mascara, and I really like this for an everyday mascara because it is not a waterproof formula, but it holds curl in my lashes. As many of you know, I am Asian, so I have those like Asian lashes. They grow out like darts. They don't hold a curl most of the time. I have to be really specific with how I do my lashes if I want them to stay curled all day. And oftentimes using waterproof mascara for myself personally, if I'm using it too much, I start noticing a lot of breakage and lash fallout. Even though I try to be ultra careful with the way I remove it, I try to take some days off of waterproof formulations, and this is such a nice everyday formula. I will say the brush takes a little bit of getting used to using because I'm not like the best with it. The bristles are quite long, so they stick away from the wand itself, but they're also quite thick. So if you do have thinner eyelashes, it can oftentimes make the lashes clump together just a bit, and I don't get as clean of separation as I would ideally like. However, that's nothing to be afraid of because you can easily fix that by just combing it out with a lash comb or a dry brow spoolie, and you'll get rid of the clustering of the lashes. Again, this is gonna be a formula, in my opinion, that just provides length, slight more of an exaggerated curl because it is a curling mascara, so it tends to lift the lashes in this upward motion, but not gonna give you a ton of wispiness, not gonna give you a ton of volume. Just a really nice everyday mascara that isn't waterproof. That's great if you just want something that's gonna help hold your curl for a longer amount of time. Moving into wispy mascaras, my absolute favorite. So these are the ones that have brushes that are a little bit more geared to creating more of a clustered, flirty, soft, fluttery effect on the lashes. And the first one I wanted to mention is one that I haven't seen very many people speak about, but I actually really enjoy this one. It's from Burts Bees. It's the Nourishing mascara. I also thought this would be a really nice one to throw in here because it is a 100% natural formulation. So if that's something you're concerned about, I think this is a great option. Now this does have plastic bristles, but it still manages to give you the wispiness of a traditional like fiber bristle brush. But what I really like about this one is it's not like overly wispy. You'll see on my lashes, it gives you slight wispiness without being something that you feel like you're struggling with applying because you don't have to finagle the formula quite as much. And I do personally find that this has the most similar effect to a very expensive mascara from NARS, the Climax mascara. I get like a really similar effect from this one, but this one's slightly more defined than Climax because on the Climax brush, there are slightly more blunt tips to the bristles themselves, whereas this one, they taper off into a fine point. So you're gonna get a little bit more precision, a little bit more separation, slightly less wispy than Climax, but wispy-ish nonetheless. This is another newer favorite, but so amazing. It's from Milani, the waterproof one. What I really like about this one is the shape of the brush. As you can see, it's really full at the base and then comes to that nice fine taper right on the tip. So that's great for really getting into those inner and outer corner lashes. The lower lash line you can have a little bit more precision with. And if you do have a spot on your lashes that's, you know, like mine where you're just missing a few, you can kind of concentrate and really push and build up the formula to extend the length of some of the lashes. This one has a very thick, creamy formula, which I like because I feel like those drier formulas of mascara really coat my thin lashes and give them the ability to look much more volumized. So for me, a formula that's a little bit more runny, it doesn't give me as much volume as I'm looking for. So the brush combined with that thick, creamy formula that tends to be a little bit more on the dry side really gives you amazing volume. I love how this one gives you a decent amount of length, just a slight amount of wispiness, so you do get that fluttery effect, and I can't get over the volumizing effect of this one. It just really pumps up those lashes and makes them look really beefy like they're fake lashes. This is Maybelline Falsies Lash Lift, and again, one of those slightly drier formulas. I love the hourglass shape of the brush because if you do apply this like this, the dip in the hourglass will put a little bit more product in the center of your eye because your eye is gonna get a little bit closer to the base of the wand where all of the product is kind of waiting to be distributed to your lashes. So because of that dip in the wand, you're gonna get a little bit more of a doll-eyed effect because there's gonna be a little bit more product right in the center of your eye. So for me, if you really take the time to like apply it correctly, you'll get a little bit more of like a wide-eyed effect. This also really gives you wispiness, tons of volume, and just, you know, it does give you like that falsies look. So I really love that. And it is quite lifting as well. Obviously falsies, lash lift, that's what it's going for. So it does have a little bit of that curling effect where it perks the lashes up a little bit more than other formulas tend to do. The last one I'm gonna mention is probably my most favorite. It's my most dramatic mascara from my drugstore collection, and I've used this for countless years because I really love how intense and volumizing this is. It's the I Love Extreme Volume from Essence. The brush takes a little bit of getting used to because it is one of those larger than life brushes, but the bristles are incredible. They comb through the lashes. They create a very subtle cluster effect where it's almost like the lashes will kind of bunch together at the base, but then they fan out and taper out throughout the lash so that you get that really nice fanned out effect. Tons of wispiness, and in my opinion, this is one of those mascaras that really pairs well with an intense smoky eye. It can hold its own with dramatic eye makeup because it'll really bulk those lashes up. And I do think that if you are somebody that has thinner or shorter lashes, you'd be really impressed with the effect of this one. But also, if you already have really amazing eyelashes, I think this could just take your lashes to the absolute next level to where you wouldn't even need to ever think about wearing falsies ever, because this is just so dramatic. It does it all. And like I said, if you are somebody who tends to wear more dramatic eyeshadow makeup or thicker liquid eyeliner, this mascara can hold its own and really make your lashes pop and stand out despite having something heavier going on your eyelid. All right, so those are all of my favorite drugstore mascaras at the moment, my top favorites that I always use on rotation. If you do have any questions about any of these, please feel free to hit me up in the comments. I will always do my best to help you. I'd love it so much if you would subscribe to my channel. If you come follow me on Instagram, that would be amazing. And I have done a video on lash serums a couple years ago, so I'll link that in the description box down below if you want to see that. But I will say the lash serums I've used in the recent past that have made the biggest difference, for me, I noticed the biggest difference with Babe Lash and Grande Lash. I would say Grande Lash is probably the most thickening, and then Babe Lash was the most lengthening. And then for about 6 months now, I've been using Latisse, but I kept forgetting to use it for like 3 weeks. Like I couldn't find the little bottle, and then I would not look for it. And then I found it under my bathroom sink, and I was like, why are my lashes falling out? So now we're back in the phase of trying to regrow the lashes back to like full intensity and length. So, all right, I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching this one. Bye everyone.